Hello guys, it's me, Greed here. Listen, just as the video starts, I am asking a favor from you. I need you to go onto your Overwatch client, the Battle.net, Steam, whatever it may be, open up Overwatch, go to your career profile, go to the replay section, where the replays are, and I want you to click on a random replay that's in ranked, and watch it. Okay, watch it from the perspective of your tank, or the enemy tank, a random DPS in the game, and a random support in the game. It doesn't matter what character they're playing, it doesn't matter what rank they're in, doesn't matter the map, it's irrelevant. Just do that and come back once you've done it. Pause and come back when you've done it. Okay, I'm assuming you're back from doing that, and there's a couple of things you might have noticed about your experience in that game. So, if you were spectating the tank, you probably saw, yeah, this guy looks about the right rank, mostly. You know, maybe a little bit of fluctuation, but generally speaking, yeah, that diamond tank player, or whatever it may be, or gold, or whatever rank it is, he looks about what you would expect for that rank. And then you'll spectate the DPS and go, hey, those DPS look a little bit higher level than the game. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if we're in a diamond game, that DPS doesn't really look like a diamond player. It looks kind of better than that. Look a little bit better than that. I wouldn't expect that guy to be diamond, and, you know, I don't know how that guy's diamond. And then you look at the supports, and you go, huh, that guy looks a bit boosted. That guy doesn't look like he's the right rank, just like the DPS didn't, but in the opposite direction. The support looks a bit boosted. And then maybe you'll get curious, and you'll go, huh, let me look at some other replays, and you do, and then you start noticing a pattern. Something starts to become a little bit obvious to you. And it's that, and basically, the vast majority of these games you spectate, the tanks will generally look to be about the correct rank. The DPS will look like they're smurfing to some degree, even just a little bit, but smurfing to some degree, much better than the rest of the lobby. Maybe not statistically, maybe not they're pulling out stats, maybe they're dying a lot, or maybe they're missing shots, but generally speaking, they look like they're a little bit higher ranked. Not necessarily hard carrying the lobby, but you know what I mean, right? If you're good at analyzing games, you'll see they'll probably look a little bit higher ranked. And the supports, generally speaking, will look a bit boosted. And this is rank disparity, or I guess skill disparity, because some people like to fucking nitpick the way I say things. I apologize. We're going to call it rank disparity, even though it's not that. But basically, it's essentially the minimum and maximum skill level expected within a certain rank, right? And if you fall outside of that on either the bottom end or the top end, that is a large rank disparity in the sense that your skill level is not to the expected level for the rank that you are. So that would be like if you were a plat player but you play like a masters player, right? But you're stuck in plat. That's a high rank disparity, okay? That's basically what it means. So what I'm saying is, what I'm getting at is, generally speaking, in the vast majority of cases, there are obviously outliers to this, but generally speaking, because of the power of the roles, you will be stuck to certain ranks that you do not deserve. For example, now this obviously, like, in a perfect world, a diamond level player would be on the identical skill level as their other role counterparts. For example, a diamond level support player should have the same level of mechanical skill, game sense, game knowledge, that kind of thing, as a diamond DPS or diamond tank player. However, if you went and watched the replays like I asked you to, you will realize very quickly that is not fucking true in the slightest. Now, don't just take my word for it. Like I said, go watch the replay. But you will realize, in a majority of cases, the supports look like they're fucking drooling all over themselves and look terrible and completely retarded. The DPS will look like they're smurfing their penises off in the game. And the tank players will just look like fucking tank players. They look normal. And that is because tank is, generally speaking, it's pretty OP. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fucking overpowered. I'm not going to lie. But tank players obviously go through a lot of counterpicking as well, so it kind of balances it out, if you know what I mean. So even though the role's really overpowered, since it gets counterpicked all the time, it kind of brings the power level down for it a little bit, meaning you're likely to sit at the correct rank, generally speaking, on tank. But on DPS, it's so weak, apart from obviously the fucking obvious outliers like Widowmaker and Sojourn and such. But generally speaking, you play Genji, you play Tracer, you play Mei, you play Symmetra, you play the difficult to play DPS. you are probably much better at the game if you play if you play any of the DPS, actually, even Widow and Sojourner to some degree. But generally speaking, if you're a DPS player, you will tend to be much better than the rest of the lobby. It's just in the same way that if you're a support player, you are much more likely to be a lot worse in the lobby. Like, I don't know, the game is so fucked. It doesn't make sense. There is absolutely no reason for this outside of just horrible game balance. Just downright disgustingly bad balance. And it's honestly to the point where it's bordering on nauseating watching my teammates in these games, because now listen, I should reiterate something. I've been top 500 for years. I've hit rank 1 roles. I've hit rank 1 on all the roles. I have rank 1 on all the roles at the same time. I've been playing this game for a long time. I coach the game for a living. I watch everyone. I've seen everything from bronze to professional play. I've seen hundreds of hours of every rank, if not more. I know this game, okay? And I know the general expected skill level of players in a certain rank. I know what a gold player looks like. I know how they are mechanically. I know how they are game sense-wise. I know how they're game knowledge-wise, generally speaking. Now, obviously, there are some players that are gifted in one of those things and lack in other departments, and that's what makes them gold. But generally speaking, they follow a certain rule or certain standard. And I'm just going to come out and say it. That's completely fucked. Like, if I'm watching a support player and I don't know their rank, I'll generally guess their rank way lower than their real rank. If I'm watching a DPS, I'll generally guess their rank way higher than their actual rank. And if I'm spectating a tank player, I'm usually right most of the time. And this is entirely because, I mean, it's clear as day. DPS fucking sucks. It's borderline useless and has minimal impact on the game, unless you play fucking Widow or Sojourner. And it's just way more effort than you get value out of, and fucking sucks to play. Support is genuinely brain dead. It's fully fucking it actually, and people will obviously go, oh, well, it's not brain dead. You have to be to a certain level. And yeah, I agree. Support is not a free win button. I'm not saying if you pick support you win the game. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, in comparison to what the other roles require to win, the output they require to win, support is fucking baby mode in comparison to that. You really don't need to do all that much to win a game on support. Now, obviously, there's the teammate argument. If you're a fucking Mercy player and your DPS suck balls, well then, you fucking lost. That's just how it is. If you're an Ana player and you hit 5-man antis every 10 seconds, and then there's never any follow-up, well then you fucking lost. Generally speaking, you probably did. But for the general player base, it is very, very true, very common, and provable, by the way, by looking, but it is provable that DPS is fucking useless, support is brain dead overpowered, and tanks are pretty OP, but they're counterpicked so much that it brings their skill level down generally, so they tend to be correct. But why? When are we as a game? Like, I'm not even speaking to like the player base anymore. I'm talking to the devs, and I know they don't watch, but one day they might. You know, maybe I'll pop up in one of the recommendeds, right? Maybe. God he acts in mysterious ways. Maybe they will. So for their sake, please, I am begging you, for the love of God, make it so the DPS are a viable role again. Make it so support isn't so fucking stupid, and fix the game. It's genuinely not that hard. The guys at the fucking 6v6 code before they stopped doing it were a bunch of like random guys in their bedrooms, and I think they were teenagers. I don't actually know enough about them. I made a video, but I don't know. But they're either way, they're just dudes in their bedroom, and they created one of the most balanced instances of Overwatch ever released, and they're just fucking guys in their bedroom that play ranked and know the game. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing. You've had 8 years as a $1 billion company, and they release dog shit patches. Horrible. They have no understanding of the game at all, and that's what makes me so annoyed. Like, How? It's literally your job. You put food on your fucking table and pay your bills for understanding the game and balancing it correctly. How do they have jobs? Like, imagine you were a doctor and or a surgeon, and you showed up to surgery one day and you were just like, I don't really fucking know what this organ is, dog, but I gotta put it in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, apparently I gotta take out this and replace it with that. I don't fucking know what that is. I'm just gonna put it somewhere and take something out. Like, you would be jailed. You know what I mean? You would be fired immediately. Yet we've had, now I know it's a different balance team, but even then, like, how is it that after so many patches, Blizzard don't just go, fuck them? If you play professionally, right? Get a couple of people from every role, get a couple of flex DPS players, get a couple of hit scan players, a couple of main tank, off tank players, main support players, doesn't matter. Just get it's just a bunch of pro players, get them in, make them discuss something, and then get someone that actually understands game design to be like, okay, and discuss it with them and actually create a good patch. How is it so difficult that as a company with basically infinite money, right, when you're just making so many Kiriko and Mercy skins, you're literally printing dollars, how is it that you fuck the balance so badly to the point where DPS is almost useless, support is babied and fucking brain dead overpowered, and tank is a counter-picking fucking mess? How? How? You've 8 years to perfect this formula and you fucked it every patch. How is that possible? And I'm not trying to insult people, right? I remember back in the day, supports used to be admired. Support players used to be, holy shit, how did you pull that off? Holy shit, that was a crazy sleep, Anna, good job. Fat nade, that was a fat nade. Huge nano. Oh my god, Anna, that was crazy healing there. Nice job, Kimia. I remember when this role was respected and difficult, and it wasn't brain dead. And do you know who actually had a good time playing the game when support was like that? Fucking everybody. Everyone. Because if you played well as a support, you won the game. If you played bad, you lost the game. If you played well as a DPS, you won the game. If you played bad as a DPS, you lost the game. It made complete sense. Now, it's your output on DPS is almost useless unless you're killing 5 people every fight. You can basically go AFK as a support and win the game. And the tank players, well, the tank players don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore because all they're doing is staring at the scoreboard to try and decide what hero to play. Because you're going, oh, well, they're playing this and this and this. Well, I gotta go Zarya. Okay, well, now I gotta go Monkey. And they're just battling in the fucking spawn room trying to decide what character to play because they're getting permanently pounded by the fact that the enemy team know how to press H in their spawn room. I mean, no one's having a good time anymore. What's going on at Blizzard? Anyway, if you're a support player, I love you and I feel bad for you, but if you think support isn't brain dead OP, I fucking hate you because you're a dumbass. If you're a DPS player, go play Marvel Rivals. Now, I said Marvel Rivals suck. I stand by my statement. It's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot. Is it fun? Fuck yeah, it's fun. Not competitive game. Not a fucking competitive game at all. Not even close. Casual fun? Absolutely. Probably best casual game released since Fortnite. But fuck me, is it not a competitive game? Holy smokes. And if you're a tank player, you should have quit like 7 years ago, bud. You've been getting fucked for way longer than that, buddy. Let me tell you. Okay, have a good day. Mwah. Mwah. Someone complained that I didn't kiss enough. Mwah. I love you. I hope you all have a really good day. I'll upload more. Maybe. Because I don't know what else I would upload. Because this game fucking sucks. Mwah. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye.